Yo, Konohamaru is a bum. I'm sorry I had to start this episode, this video that way, but Boruto Naruto Next Generations episode 187. The plot thickens and I'm sure a lot of people are wondering what the heck is going on. Kashin Koji has arrived, fresh off the back of Ao, just giving them the fight of their lives, and things is going haywire. We got the mark that was on Boruto's hand, karma, all sorts of stuff going wild, and yeah, this episode, a lot to talk about, so I'm not gonna waste your time. Without further ado, let's get into it. Boruto Naruto Next Generations, let's go!
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
So fresh off the defeat of Ao, after them just having, again, like I said, the fight of their lives, Boruto and them against Ao. Well, really, at the end of it was Boruto, because Sarada and Mitsuki, they were down. Konohamaru was just, a trash bag. So yeah, Boruto had the fight of his life. But afterwards, and immediately in the beginning of the episode, Kashin Koji arrives and does a summoning jutsu of a toad, which I'm sure a lot of people, especially anime onlys, are like, what the heck is going on? Throughout this episode, Kashin Koji doing a few different things that has people like, Nani sore? But upon summoning the toad, one of the things that Ao immediately noticed was, yo, this toad is going to make things collapse and it's going to squash Boruto. So in his last act to go out as a shinobi, he uses a water jutsu to blow Boruto away, or basically push him back to save him from the toad falling down, because afterwards the whole rock boulder crumbles and the toad falls and squashes Ao to death. And it was very interesting and a nice way to wrap up Ao's character arc. The internal struggle that he had of, his previous life and what he feels like now being a tool. And in his last act of life, he wanted to go out as a shinobi and used a jutsu to save Boruto. I thought that was really dope, to be honest with you. I liked the way that they wrapped it up for Ao after having this tremendous battle, and opposed to, because what's there left for Ao? Like, he basically is a deserter to his village. He tried to kill all of them, killed Mujino, so essentially he would have just rotted in jail. So him going out this way, kind of like, for example, like Obito, like there's hardly going to be any redemption and you're just going to be treated like trash anyway, so might as well go out with a bang. So the way they wrapped up Ao, especially, it even being more ironic that the people that he went to after everything that happened to him were the people responsible for killing him. And then following that, which I might have the order a little bit mixed up, but essentially Kashin Koji wraps all of them up in this like electric field. He uses like some sort of jutsu to wrap them up so that they can't move. And Konohamaru's like, yo fam, this is my time to shine. And you would think, after everything we've seen, like, yo, Konohamaru's about to go in, this is going to be priceless, I can't wait. He has a sealing jutsu that he conveniently put on his chest just in case to make it out of the barrier, and him and Kashin Koji throw some blows. And if I was an anime only, I would have been 100% convinced this is going to be the redemption for Konohamaru. This is going to show why he is, like, taking up the mantle of like a Kakashi. This is his moment. But Koji proceeds to beat the living shit out of him. Starts off with like a left hook to the face, and it is just bad. And honestly, Kono Trasharu, whatever the heck you want to call this dude, he is down horrendous in Boruto. Honestly, as a fan of the Naruto franchise, long time coming, 700 chapters, 10 chapter miniseries, 55 chapters of the manga, of the Boruto manga, 187 episodes of the Boruto anime, and hundreds, 500 episodes of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, adding all of that up to get to this and see Konohamaru there. That, don't get me wrong, because if it's even stated like, yo, this guy Koji is on another level than even Ao. So if Konohamaru couldn't do nothing against Ao, he definitely wasn't going to do anything against this Kashin Koji guy. But my god, you would think he would have went out like, like his predecessors, like his grandfather, like, yo, word, I got the sealing jutsu on my chest, I'm going to use it once more, I'm about to try and seal this dude away so, my squad can get away. And it is just embarrassing, because they have one little squabble that I'm like, yo, this is hype, and adding even more into the intriguing mystery of Kashin Koji when they go at it with Rasengan versus Rasengan. Konohamaru uses his Rasengan Rasengan, and that again looked like that could have been the moment. And then swinging through Kashin Koji comes with a Rasengan that again makes you wonder. So Toad Jutsu, summon the Toad, Rasengan, and then to add insult to injury, he lights Konohamaru on fire using a fire style jutsu. That first of all makes you think like that does look very similar, and if you add it all up, even the appearance wise, you know, you see like he has like white facial hair. What's up? Is there some sort of Jiraiya conspiracy going on? What's going on here? Rasengan, white facial hair, which I don't think Jiraiya had facial hair, but you know, his hair was white. And then the Toad jutsu, and then the fire jutsu, like yo. But either way, he lights Konohamaru on fire, and it's for a good minute. And to be honest with you, that should have been Konohamaru's death there. I feel like, I don't know if it was the writers or what happened there. I feel like Konohamaru was supposed to die in this arc. There were so many instances where, like, yo, he should have died here, he should have died there. He was on fire for a good minute or two, and granted, maybe that was just the way we're looking at it. In their world, that was only like a couple of seconds, maybe 3 or 4 seconds, but the amount of time that he was screaming, which, shout outs to the voice actor for Konohamaru, I want to give props where it's due. Those screams actually had me a little bit terrified. Like, he sounds like he's really freaking in pain. So while he's on fire, I was like, oh shit. But once again, Trashimaru, Kona Trasharu, whatever you want to call this trash bag bum. Boruto, after witnessing this for a minute or two of Konohamaru screaming in agony, the mark on his hand, the karma mark, starts to take over from his arm through to his face, and he absorbs not only electric jutsu that was stopping them, that sealing jutsu, but also absorbs the flames off of Konohamaru. And mind you, again, I think it's just straight up BS, and he should have died right there. Like, yo, Konohamaru should be bald there. The flames should have burned all his hair off his head. His skin should be crispy. And don't get me wrong, I did not expect by any means, especially being a manga reader and knowing about Kashin Koji and shit like that, seeing this already many years ago. I know Kashin Koji is very formidable and way out of Konohamaru's league. But goddamn, once again, he just got saved 1 episode ago with the owl situation, and now he's getting saved by his students again. Just imagine all of Naruto, it was consistently that Kakashi had to be saved over and over and over again and did absolutely nothing. Like, go to the Zabuza arc. Kakashi was throwing hands with Zabuza on them, and they tried their best, Naruto and Sasuke, but Kakashi was doing his thing. Konohamaru did nothing. And if it wasn't for Koji being in shock of Boruto having the karma mark and him realizing, deducing like, oh, so that's what's going on with Momoshiki, they were done for. But Koji says he's gonna let them live because they showed him something interesting, and walks away. And shout outs to Sarada, because she was like not through with it. She was ready to go, and it was Mitsuki that had to calm her down, which that was a little bit of Sara Boru, or whatever the heck you want to call the pairing ship that they have, Boru Sara, I don't know, but yeah, she was really in it. Like, and I've seen a couple of shots, people comparing like episode 87 and 187 of Sarada once again carrying Boruto. Like, yo, shout outs to Sarada. She is a ride or die, and I always love and appreciate her character. And then Konohamaru gets up, he's like magically okay. Like, the only thing I could explain why he's not crispy was either it was way exaggerated from what we're looking at it, and maybe it was only actually a couple of seconds of him being on fire, or somehow the karma mark absorbed the bruising and burns that Konohamaru had. I don't freaking know. And I gotta say, while the episode was okay-ish, the manga scene of when we see Boruto for the first time have the karma mark on his face and everything looked way better than the anime. I just gotta keep it real. Like, it was a dope episode all around, so much incredible, great content, interesting content, all of that stuff, but the manga part looked a lot better for Boruto's reveal of him having karma on his face and everything. And then shortly after, they come across some robots that look similar to the robots that they first seen by the crash site, and they're all dismembered and destroyed, and they're kind of like, yo, we struggle with them. Who the fuck? How? And we see none other than the boy that we've seen 186 episodes ago for the first time. He's finally here. Seemingly that is the boy known as Kawaki, and he's laid out cold, which means that probably these robots gave him a run for his money, but that also showcases like, yo, if he did that to those robots, this dude is no joke. And the episode seemingly ends off there, and I gotta be honest with you, this episode, the content itself from the manga was so strong that hands down I cannot do nothing but say I really enjoyed this episode. This was a dope episode. In terms of what I wish would have been done artistically and animation wise, it wasn't all that great. There was scenes like when Kashin Koji punches Konohamaru, it kind of looked a little wonky, the character design, and it's like, you could tell that they kind of blew their load with the last couple episodes with the owl situation, and then I'm imagining with the upcoming stuff they were saving budget as well. But I feel like this is just as, if not more important than all of those stuff. Like, honestly, all these episodes should be back to back on a really high level of quality, because they're just really freaking important episodes and really interesting episodes, good episodes in general. Because if you take those aesthetics aside, which there was still some good shots, like when Konohamaru and Koji were going Rasengan versus Rasengan, that looked dope. The Toad summoning looked good. Like, there was some some good shots, but I just feel like the content is so good and so rich that I wish everything looked great. Like, again, the karma mark of Boruto and shit just looked better in the manga, which people shitted on the manga's art style for years. But as a whole, I can't knock this episode because it did a lot. It got Kashin Koji into the story. A lot of really interesting aspects of Kashin Koji's identity of, again, a toad summoning, him using fire jutsu, him using the Rasengan, like, holy shit. Also, Konohamaru continuing the legacy of being a trash character. I'm sorry, destroying a legacy. Asuma and Hiruzen are in their grave right now, turning, doing 360s non-stop of like, god damn, Trashamaru, why? Kono Trasharu! But Boruto activating the karma mark, definitely a huge leap forward in the content, and overall, I still really love this episode, despite Konohamaru being disappointing as per usual, and the art and animation not being on a 10 that I wish it would have been. The content itself was strong enough, and I just can't wait to see more. We finally, after 186 episodes, which is ridiculous and way too long, but we finally got it. It's finally here. Kawaki is here, and yeah, the story is continuing to progress even better and better. But your thoughts on all of this? How did you feel about Konohamaru taking the L after L? What do you think about this guy Kashin Koji using Rasengan, Toad summoning Fireball jutsus? What's up with that? What do you think about Boruto activating a full-on karma from his face through his arm and absorbing jutsu? What do you think about Kawaki at the end of the episode? And your overall thoughts and expectations for the Boruto anime with episode 188 and beyond? Things is getting even more interesting, and I know for a fact that the Boruto anime and manga and franchise as a whole is starting to increase in popularity because shit like this is really, really hype. So all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And yeah, Boruto anime headed to really, really awesome and great places. Kono Trasharu gotta go. I'm sorry, you gotta go, fam. Have an awesome day.
So just go to